start with this. I really enjoyed What If on Disney Plus, and
Nice.
I did
I'm
too.
right. So I'm curious, have you guys watched it, and have you pitched the studio or pitched Marvel on the three of you doing an episode where perhaps MJ gets bitten by the spider or Ned gets bit by the spider, and the three of you are able to do this in a voiceover?
That would be
Would
sick.
love,
That'd be fun. That
love,
sounds really fun,
love
for
to
sure.
do that.
I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So. And I was watched the episode with Spider-Man and the zombie.
The zombie
Yeah,
one.
see, I haven't seen it.
The zombie
I need to
one.
watch it. I need to watch it. It's unlike me to not keep up to date with the Marvel stuff. I just one thing I've missed.
No, it's very fun.
But I think that's a great idea. Zendaya has been pitching an idea for a Disney Plus movie, which is called The Teachers of Midtown High,
No.
which is like a
Also,
sitcom.
I don't know if it's my idea so much as the internet's idea. But,
Take the credit for it.
or maybe it was Jon Watts' idea, because we kind of have bonus features in
Yeah.
Yeah.
some
think
of
that
the
would be a great
movies that
TV
are
show.
already that. But I would love to see Teachers of Midtown, just their mundane teacher
Yeah.
things and dealing and living in a
We could cameo in it every now and then.
superhero universe.
You know, we could be like alumni that come back to the school and give
Yeah.
speeches about stuff. Could be great.
I am sure that there are people over the last year or two that have asked you to spoil or tell them things about this movie. And I'm
Yes.
curious, who is the person that you least expected to ask you for information that actually asked you for information?
Kevin Feige actually asked me for information.
Did
I'm
he
joking.
really? I was like,
He
what?
knows everything. He doesn't need to
What?
ask
That
me
makes
information.
sense.
I was like, that literally makes
Yeah,
no
that,
sense.
I don't think that's true.
Yeah, that sounds like a lie.
Guys, I was joking. Kevin Feige knows everything about these movies.
Anyone
Someone
you're
who
surprised?
asked me to spoil it.
I don't know. I feel like everybody's a
Yeah,
Spider-Man
everyone
fan.
Everyone
pretty
wants
much
to know,
asked,
really.
yeah.
Everybody's a
everyone.
Spider-Man fan.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned.
Yeah, for sure.
I've met like a few basketball players like who have been really excited about it.
Mhm.
Yeah. which was
By the
cool.
way, I didn't start with this, but I want to just compliment you guys. I saw the opening 38 minutes and it's spectacular.
Thank you.
You know, it's so good. I know fans are going to absolutely love it. How long have you guys actually known? Did you know making the first movie that you were building towards the multiverse? Like how long have you guys known what this movie was really going to be?
At least a couple of years. we've
Yeah,
known
we've
this.
known for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But not
Not
from the
that
beginning.
Yeah,
while.
maybe not from the
Yeah.
beginning, right?
I didn't even know what the first movie was about when I was making the first movie.
Accurate.
You know, we were so in the dark.
Right.
But now we really know, and we're part of the team, the creative team, and you know, they trust our opinions and they ask us questions and stuff. So we've been sitting on this secret for a very long time.
Mhm.
Longer
and to be
than
fair,
I would
when
have
we
liked.
first heard about it, I was like, okay, cool, but like that's probably
Not gonna happen.
Yeah,
So
right.
what are we
just-
actually
For
gonna
sure.
do?
yeah. So later they'll pitch something else because
Yeah.
that didn't work out.
Yeah,
And
there
here
was
we
a-
are, and it totally worked
Yeah.
Yeah,
out.
later
It's crazy.
we're finally talking
There was like
about
for a long time, there was a Kraven movie that was going to be the third movie because things weren't working out and all sorts of different stuff. And John pitched me this Kraven movie, which actually was really cool.
Mm.
I don't want to talk about it in case that movie ends up happening down the line, but it was fun.
I would the thing about the Spider-Man movies and all the MCU movies in general is they're all going to have these kick-ass action scenes, right? I get that. But my favorite stuff with you guys in all these movies is just the dialogue scenes between the three of you. It's so well done, and the dynamics between your relationships. So I am curious if you could talk a little bit about filming those scenes and working with John to like sort of get those right, because I think that's the stuff that everyone wants. You know what I mean? It's those dialogue moments.
Yeah, I mean, there's heart and soul in the movie.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
And
for
John's
sure.
super collaborative and
Mhm.
Mhm.
allows for us to bring whatever ideas or thoughts we have about the characters. I mean, 'cause we have lived with them for quite a while, so
Right.
Yeah,
we know a little something, but I think it's really special because we care about the characters so much and what they go through. And like I said, John has a great way of like taking all of our ideas or things that we bring to the table and then actually somehow
Yeah.
finding a way to make it make
Put it all
sense and
together.
put
Sure.
it into something that actually is a scene.
yeah,
You
absolutely.
know? But yeah, it's those are my favorite scenes too.
They're my favorite scenes too.
Absolutely.
I think you've really like, especially in this movie, come into your own where in terms of improvising.
No, for sure.
Lots of Jacob's stuff in this film is like off the cuff improvised lines, and like a lot of our reactions is probably very genuine.
I would imagine the thing I think is that everyone watching these movies at home will see all like the film and think it was just easy and stuff, but I don't think enough people realize what it really takes to make a movie of this scale and scope. And so for each of you, could you sort of share what you'd like more people to know about what it really takes to make a movie like this?
I mean, when I say there's like blood, sweat, and tears, I'm not exaggerating. Making these films is incredibly tough and physical, especially when you're playing a character like Spider-Man. We all believe so much in these characters and we give it 110%. I know in my fight scene with the Goblin, like I bust my hand up, like my knuckles were all bloodied and we were really going for it. We were putting everything into it. And I remember on the last day of shooting that fight scene, when Jon said cut, Willem and I both just collapsed to the floor and just because we were exhausted and we just had given him everything. I remember just chugging Red Bulls to like try and keep my energy going. And I remember Rachel O'Connor's son came into first AD that day, and it was actually really nice because we had this, how old do you reckon he was? Like 12 maybe? And he was like first ADing for us. And even though it was ridiculous, his energy and his excitement gave us like a second wind to really give this action sequence its like full potential. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think it's also just the amount of the people that work on a movie like this.
Yeah,
for sure.
We were also doing it during COVID.
Yeah.
So that created a whole new set of challenges. And the idea that there were so many villains that had to appear and scheduling. And I don't know how ADs do what they do, but the fact that any of it made sense and was able, shout out to Dave Angus, made sense. I mean, there's so many people behind the scenes that work so hard to make this a reality. Every single thing, everything you see, somebody is behind it, and somebody's put really a lot of love and care into it, because they care as much as we. I mean, we're all fans, So I think beyond ourselves, there's just so much that you don't see, and then after in post-production, so many people are building these images and making them look beautiful. So it's really
all over the world.
It's a labor of love from so many different people.